what is going on? We have another guest broad. We are so excited. Yay, claps everyone. Woo! This is our second episode with a guest broad, the lovely Miss Asia Lait, right? That's how it's pronounced?
Yes, ma'am. French.
Love that. French, love the name. Very fitting for this episode because we are on season 2, episode 12, with a French title that I'm terrified of butchering. So it's pronounced La Douleur Exquise, I think. The literal translation of that is what? Exquisite pain? Is that what we found out? Yeah.
Exquisite
so that's
pain.
what that means. So again, we have another title that's a lot more heavy than lately. We've been having a lot of playful, erotic kind of titles, and this one's kind of sad. It's kind of sad and kind of interesting. So we're going to see what happens in this episode. But yeah, so we're on season 2, episode 12. Once again, we are each other's soulmates. We are 2 broads, now 3, talking about our 4 favorite broads in New York City. So we are super, super, super excited to have Asia on. She's a big fan of the show, which was super cool to find out. We were like, hey, pick an episode in season 2. And you're like, I don't really care. I can talk about any and all of them. And we're like, hell yeah. So I was pick your favorite. Pick your favorite. We'll go into it. Do you want to introduce yourself a little? Talk about what you do?
I don't really want to talk about my personal life too much. I am a comedian with Bella. I do have a big important job, but I don't want them to find me. Not that I work for the government or anything, but fuck them.
Yeah.
This particular job. But yeah, just living my life. I have 3 cats. Yeah. I have a couple girlfriends.
Love that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. We love that.
The more cats, the better.
But yes. We are fellow comics together. It's been very fun. The comic scene here in San Antonio does not have a lot of women.
Very dude forward. Cockfest is what I say.
It's a cockfest. We've been, truthfully, lately, we've been calling it a cockfest. And there's nothing wrong with that. Comedy is predominantly, yes.
Yeah.
Comedy is predominantly men. And we know that. And I've said it before on the podcast. It's very interesting I work in a woman dominated field as a nurse. And then so now kind of stepping into comedy, I'm just like, what the fuck? It's a little interesting, but yeah. So we do that here. There's a definite handful of us, but it's always very
Bella's always good vibes.
Nice. Yeah, it's very nice to.
That's how I met
Hell yeah.
her. I took her spot on her birthday. Was it your birthday? When
yes,
you were I don't feel like doing it. And I was
just kind of okay. Fuck it. I was like, fuck it. And that was back when I was still fairly newer too. So I was still dealing with the nerves on stage and still dealing with
now though. Yeah.
I wouldn't even go near that. I wouldn't even go near
has
Beast.
A show at LOL. I don't know.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Yes, I do have a show coming up if you guys are interested. It's November 13th at the LOL Comedy Club.
Very good. Private girl. Yeah.
Yeah. Man. So we're super excited. I have that on my personal page if y'all want to see and everything. So yeah. But yeah, so we're excited. Let's get into the episode. I'm wearing a boa if you haven't seen. This was gifted by my lovely grandmother. She was like, I want you to wear this for the podcast. And she's like, it's pink. And I was like, very on brand for our podcast.
Pink, very loud.
Cosmos.
Yes. Very Samantha.
Yeah, love it.
Her.
Yeah, love it. So I have that. The feathers are going crazy. So if you see feathers in this shot, it's just me having a great time. And if you see Mama attacking me, that's why. It's because she thinks it's going to be a toy. So
it probably is.
She's probably going to come attack me very shortly. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, so with that, let's get right into the episode so we can get this thing going.
Hey,
ready? Let's go.
Go.
Got you. So we start this episode off in a restaurant that is S&M themed. So we have a really cool situation happening where everybody is dressed in black and leather, including the servers. And the theme for the night is kinky. So it's really cute. Everybody's wearing borderline lingerie to this event. And then here comes Charlotte in her pink little outfit. And they're like, the theme was kinky. She's like, I kinked my hair.
That's why I curled my hair.
Yeah.
This was as close to kinky. This was as close to kinky I could have gotten. I actually had a smaller barrel I could have used, but I was like, I don't want to. But yeah, I tried to be super on brand this episode, so
we love it.
Keep going. We love a theme.
And yeah, no, it's so on brand. This whole S&M had this whole feather fly across the screen.
Told you.
The whole restaurant.
Let it go.
Even the servers are dressed in they're actually dressed in lingerie. The male server that they have is wearing a leather thong, and he gets Samantha's drink wrong, and she's
bad waiter. Bad waiter.
She gets her whip and on each cheek one time with the whip. Bad waiter, bad waiter. And
I love her.
And Charlotte's just here asking, how can he do something like that so humiliating? And we have Samantha coming in, and she's like, don't be so judgmental. This is just a sexual expression. All of these people have jobs and pay their bills. They're just having fun with their fetishes.
Absolutely.
Like, truly, they're literally out here, in an S&M theme. This is cool. I don't know. I'd go. That sounds like fun. Would y'all go?
Yeah, I mean, there's not... Yeah.
I don't know if I eat sushi, from there, but it's fried, sure.
Especially they had carpet on the floor. I don't think
I'm no, just too many elements in the world.
Oh, regardless of the situation, let's be real. Oh, here comes the cat. I knew it when I tell you guys.
And
shit,
Samantha,
I'm about to get torn up.
I'm gonna kill it.
Her prey drive's kicking in. But yeah, no. So
is mine.
Scene.
Couldn't help it. Sorry.
No, you can. But yeah, no, this whole scene just kind of surrounds the idea of fetishes. And Samantha even asked Charlotte what her fetish is, and she's like, I don't have one. But everybody has a fetish, right?
I think hers is wholesomeness.
Yeah.
Yeah, Prince Charming core or something.
It's like holding hands.
Fairy tale, princess, I feel
it's
that.
having a house on the Upper East Side.
Yeah. I could see that for sure. Man. But yeah, so everybody has fetishes, and Samantha's the difference between us and them, though, is that they're just putting it out there for everyone to see. So it's they're being transparent about it, which makes it...
I'm surprised she took herself out of that category, because I feel like she's very much in touch with who she is as far as her freakiness or whatever. She's like us and them, and they're pretty square compared to Samantha, I'd say.
Yeah.
I could see that
for sure.
I was like, us and them? Don't you mean them and y'all? I don't know.
Us?
Yeah. No, that does make a whole lot of sense, too. But, I mean...
Interesting. So yeah, she just thinks it's healthy and fabulous, that what they're doing, and it's just a cool environment. She likes it, but
Samantha's my girl. I love her. She knows all the cool stuff.
We love her so much. We talk about her so much. We
on this show.
We are a Samantha Stan account. Yeah. No, that's what we love, and we see the girls we talk about seeing the girls kind of dismiss her so many times because of the way she is, and we're just come on, she's the best part of this show.
Makes her own money, owns herself, she knows what she wants, how to get it, all that shit.
All of it.
Absolutely.
Team Samantha forever. And not just judgmental at all. So yeah.
Exactly. We love our girl. It's not her style.
But yeah, no, the whole night's fun and all, but Carrie leaves early because Mr. Big is going out of town tomorrow.
Okay.
And yeah, no, it's just she just leaves early. And you notice Stanford gets upset. She's like, what are you doing? There are drinks present, miss. She's like, I gotta go. And I'm like, when was the last time we even saw Stanford?
I know. Actually, it's been quite some time, actually.
Yeah.
Was it last season?
Gosh, yeah, I think so.
Maybe. I feel like we haven't. It's been a hot second.
And she leaves early. Not good friend. But we'll get there.
Carrie's the type to just drop off the face of the earth if she loves a guy.
Yeah.
It's kind of expected. So Stanford knows. He's been around the block with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he loves her anyway.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Carrie gets to Mr. Big's apartment, and when he opens the door, she's there whip in teeth and with a top hat on. And he
Love
just looks
that.
at her and just kind of like, and she's
He's like,
like,
what the fuck are you wearing?
basically, and she's like, well, it's a joke. Laugh.
Wow, is that funny? I thought that's supposed to be sexy. It's not funny.
Yeah,
It's hot.
and he's just like, oh. So you can kind of tell something's like going on.
Oh,
Like,
I didn't even think
you
about it
know,
like that. I didn't even think
like,
about it like that.
Yeah, he's
and
very dry. Very, very dry.
yeah, because normally, like, if your partner comes home like with a whip like that, it's like
Yeah,
playful, but
because
yeah,
he
I put
just
it to
said
use
something
for sure.
yeah, he just said like, "Oh, next time, be here naked." Like
yeah,
he literally talked about it. So like
yeah.
you're right. I never even got the connection. That is giving me an idea to maybe after the podcast go somewhere like this.
Hey, get some
Do it,
results, man.
girly.
Fly over there with the feathers, man. But no, he kind of does it over. He's like, "Oh no, wait, go back," and then he gives her the reaction that he should have had the first time, and they start to make out, and obviously they go to the bedroom to go get to business,
Hell yeah.
all that good stuff. And in the same night, in another apartment across Manhattan, we have Stanford on his computer. So, okay, can we talk about late 90s, early 2000s chat rooms?
Chat rooms.
That was
ASL, baby.
fucking
ASL,
vibe.
baby.
You know,
Where
you
you
don't
at?
fucking know what anyone looks like, what anyone's name is. You got these like random ass, like they don't make usernames like they did back then anymore.
No.
You know?
Everything cool is taken anyway. So you have to be a bunch of
Exactly.
numbers. Yeah.
And
I have an idea though for changing my name, and I'm curious if it's already taken.
oh snap. You're gonna have
We'll
to add
see.
like a few numbers to it. It's not taken.
But it'd be so like off brand. Like it'd be like so dumb. It wouldn't even be like comedy related. They'd be like, what the fuck is this?
Make them think.
It's Corn Dog Queen for life.
So you're complaining about a sausage fest, but you're gonna come in here as dog queen.
But hold on. It's
innocently going to town
KORN.
on two corn dogs, yeah.
It's corn like the band and dog like DAWG.
I don't know. I don't know, man. Might want to put a pin in that, revisit.
I love it. But I know.
If you love it, that's all that matters. But I feel like, is that a corn cover band?
It's gonna be my alter ego. It's just gonna be my alter ego. That's what it's gonna be.
I just like when I hear that in my head, I just imagine like a wrestler.
Corn
okay,
dog.
I'm just gonna join WWE. Fuck it.
I dare you. That'd be cool.
Please do.
But,
there's a couple of people I want to meet, so it'd be nice to have an in that way.
Yeah.
I just want to meet Rhea Ripley and then I can die. So.
Wouldn't that be the dream?
That's the dream.
She looks very strong.
Yeah. Man. Oh yeah, but like, guess what? Stanford's username is in these chat rooms. Rick9+.
Okay, Stanny.
Okay.
He could have been Rick 11, to be fair.
Yeah. Has been shown. And he just he started doing this whole chat room thing as a goof one lonely Friday night. But it kind of turned into something else. He started realizing he was logging hours and hours into this. And he specifically appreciated that he found a community online that also had the same fetish as him. So he has an underwear fetish. That's his thing. He likes underwear, which, okay, cool. This is weirder.
Hell yeah.
Pretty tame to me. I mean,
that's pretty.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's pretty elementary.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like thinking of my own life.
I think I'm sick in the head.
And yeah, he one day he gets a direct message from this guy called Big Tool for You. With the number
I love that
4.
one too.
4, yeah.
See?
Yeah.
4 corn dog queen for life.
Oh, life. 2 4s?
4 life.
4 life.
Oh, okay.
Just 4 life.
OL, baby.
So he kind of like has been doing this just kind of like testing the waters, but now someone's actually messaging him, and he's like getting somewhere where he like met somebody online. So that's kind of interesting.
Which is actually still rare to do nowadays.
I was gonna say, like in the ASL days, like I'd look forward to talking to certain people, and then I found out they were like 39 at a convenience store. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe not.
God.
I'm definitely 14 and really should not be on here, but okay, cool.
Dude, the amount of times we were on fucking Omegle and fucking...
Yeah, but we were...
What was the other one?
We used to do Omegle, and we did...
It was like a spin something, yeah.
Chat roulette.
Chat roulette!
Chat roulette!
Yeah.
Oh my god. The fun we would have on those at sleepovers.
So many penises.
So many dicks.
Like, so many dicks.
Talk about a cock fest.
That was for real, like short ones, thin ones, micro ones. Like, wow. You live with that.
All of them.
I'm so sorry. Next.
Yeah, I still can't get some of them out of my...
I think maybe that's why we're so comfortable with just like phallic nature now, you know, as women we're just like, oh,
whether we want it or not. Basically,
maybe that's why. Yeah, like, maybe that's why I became a nurse. I just saw so many dicks. I was like, you know what? I just might as well get paid. Might as well get paid.
Oh my god!
Surprised I didn't go into urology. Jesus.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh. And then so we have the next scene, and Charlotte goes to a shoe store. So she sees like really cute shoes and goes in to try them on. And the salesman tries to kind of like get her. He's like, try these on. She's like, no, thank you. I already have too many shoes. But she keeps looking at the shoes. She's not leaving either. And he looks at her and he's like, are you a size 7? And she's like, I am. Like, I don't know. That's kind of weird.
How'd you know?
Yeah, he just looked at her feet and was like, I'm like, he's really into his job, huh?
That's like me and dick sizes. I'm just saying.
Wow. She's like, girl,
I just say that with
2.5
inches. Look at their hands, like
oh my god,
look at their hands. When I was younger and like feral, when I was younger, I used to...
I'm like, well,
I used to do that stuff a lot more. I'd be like, let me look at this and think about this. And like nowadays, I guess I'm like older, so I'm just all like, how are you gonna treat me right?
You like
boring. Show the dick. Do that.
Show me what we're working with first date.
Hurry up.
Seriously.
Hurry up.
Yeah, this dude convinces Charlotte to put the shoes on, and she's falling in love with the shoes, but it's also like, I can't afford these. Like, I'm saving up for something, like, but...
A summer share in the Hamptons.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
And that shit's probably expensive. I can't, like...
Oh, yeah.
I can't even imagine now. It's probably not as bad back then, but still bad. And, yeah, she asks how much the shoes are, and he says $400. And she's like, take them off of me before I start to cry. Like,
200. And then she's like, okay.
Yeah. He gave her half off.
Well.
I mean, he said half. That's fine.
Yeah. So she takes them. And,
duh.
Yeah.
Duh.
Fucking,
I mean,
thank you.
I would.
Goodbye. And then next scene, we have Miranda, and she is out shopping for books. So at this point in her life, she's got this whole biography phase going on. She's been reading all of these different biographies of all of these great people in history. And while she was shopping, she has a meet cute with this guy named Jack. And
can we talk about how this is Will Arnett?
Yeah.
I was like, I love when there's like real actors on the show, you know,
He
and like
it's pretty cute. I was surprised.
He does.
Yeah.
He looks all right. He looks pretty handsome. They're all younger too.
Yeah.
Yeah. We see these actors too. We were just saying like, wasn't it who was it? Someone was on the show anyway, but we're like, oh my god, like it's really before they got kind of like famous too. So it's always like interesting to kind of see them, you know, young before fame. So yeah, it's Will Arnett. So
no, for real. And it's I don't know. It's really cool because like Miranda doesn't usually get good-looking guys. Like
You've said that before. You have said that before.
Skipper wasn't cute at all. Skipper was not cute, but he adored her, and he was probably really angry with her too. She could do no wrong in his eyes.
Yeah.
That probably makes up for lack of attraction, but I don't know.
And like
I get bored with that. I think I'd get bored with it.
Yeah.
Too nice?
Well,
it's just I don't know.
They even said it at one point, she was in love with the version of her that was in his eyes. And in that scene, you literally see her looking into his eyes.
The smudge lenses, and you're like,
and the smudge lenses.
That guy looks amazing. Damn, no wonder he worships me. I deserve it. But she treated him like garbage.
I need to start dating guys with glasses then.
I like dating a guy with glasses. It's pretty fun. When he takes them off, I'm like, who are you? Hey.
I like that. I like the double. I like how I'm like, oh God, who's that?
Yeah. It's a lot of fun, honestly. It's But yeah, no, she and this Jack guy, they hit it off really well and really fast. He's actually as interested in those books as she is. They have like some really cute banter on it, and I'm like, okay,
love that. And having the intellectual stimulation with a person
with the sexual tension
for me personally is like, I'm a Gemini Venus, so I'm attracted to intelligence, which doesn't always work for me, but that's okay. I try.
Good luck.
I try.
Just kidding. There's smart people here.
It's just a dime a dozen, you know? That's okay though. I mean, for me, everyone has their own intelligence somewhere, and I look for that deeply.
Desperately, right? Like, it's in here somewhere. I gotta find it. As long as there's genius in body language, though, right? Like, gotta have that.
Honestly, you can be like intellectual in sex, and I think I'm probably game. So,
what does that entail? Intellectual.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about that too.
It's called knowing how to fuck.
Okay. Yeah. Anticipate.
Like, that's the labia. That is.
No. I don't need him to even speak. He doesn't even need to be fucking literate at this point.
You know what to do or you don't. It's intuitive. It's an art and a science. You got to just put them both together. And if they're good, they won't realize anything that's happening.
Yeah.
Like, they just experience.
He's not even bilingual. He's just
trilingual.
Literate in sex.
Literally. Did somebody say that already?
Yeah, literally. Oh,
literally.
I love this. I love this conversation.
Oh my gosh. Okay, y'all ready for this scene though? So, Carrie gets some news from Mr. Big. So as we know, Mr. Big is going on a trip, which is why she left early to go spend some time with him before he leaves. And while they're packing the suitcase, she mentions wanting to go in on a summer share in the Hamptons with Charlotte. And she's like, do we have any plans for the summer or anything? And he's just like, I really can't, but doesn't offer any other details. And she's like, what? You're not a fan of a $40 crab salad? I'm like, damn.
He's like, yeah, by the way, I'm going to go to Paris for like ever.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's definitive yet. I'll tell you when I get back. Real dismissive and like, and then he says, don't get carried away, all dickish. I was like, oh, come on, man.
Are you specifically saying that because her name is Carrie? Like,
yeah, I think he plays on words
carried
too.
Away. Like, Carrie. Don't be a dumb bitch. Like, I don't have time to deal with this. Like, I gotta go on a business trip.
Gosh.
Like,
and she's like, she starts to freak out. She even's like puts her hands on his chest and is like, slow down. Like, she's like, what the fuck had just happened? As far as she knew, he was leaving town for a week, and now it's like could be 7 months, could be a year. Who knows? Like,
yeah.
Can you imagine though? Okay, they're probably like a year and some change, maybe like a half in, yeah.
Into not even that
Not
much.
even a
We
year and a
just
half?
because what was it, 2 episodes ago? I mean, depending on how fast the timeline is, it was just their year.
Yeah.
Like just a few episodes ago. So
Yeah.
the episodes are like what, typically like a week to a month. So
Yeah. So maybe,
right. I mean, it's hard with.
So between a year and a half.
Yeah.
But that's significant enough of a time to be with somebody to be like, you should have said something.
Okay,
that's a hell of a long time.
It's a long time, but honestly, they've been up and down and not really consistent, and she's kind of dramatic, so he didn't want to like tell her and make her start spinning before he had a time to or a chance to talk to her about it. But yeah, he could have phrased it a little bit better.
At the very least.
But yeah, that is kind of last minute. Like, yeah, I'll know after this trip, after a week.
And she did ask him, when were you planning on telling me? And he's like, when I knew more, nothing's definite. And okay, fair enough. But like, also fair enough, you could have given some kind of like, but like, let's talk about when people use moments like that to drop information like that. Like,
yeah.
Has that
really
ever
an
happened?
opportune?
Yeah, where it's like you're talking about something that's so innocent and then suddenly a bomb gets dropped on you of like information as they're leaving, mind you. Like, that's
I'm trying to remember if that's ever happened to me.
It's happened to me a couple times.
Yeah,
I'm just
it's like
I think we should have more of a conversation, but you don't want to talk about it, so.
It's a very ugly feeling. So,
but I think also he did that because he's like, I know she's gonna stick around. I know she's not going anywhere. She's obsessed with me. She loves me. And he knows that shit. Like, he knows he could just drop it and she'll be fine. Or not fine, but she'll get over it because she loves him so much.
Welcome to Big and Terry.
That's also
that's another reason why.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So like the next day at brunch, she like goes off on her friends.
All the extras are looking at her like, what the fuck is this lady's problem? She is acting over there. Yeah.
Wait, this is where we get the iconic soundbite nowadays of Biggs moving to Paris. Yeah. Right? Yeah. This is the scene. This is where we get this.
All the memes.
It blew up. Yeah. It blew up 20 years later. Biggs moving to Paris, Biggs moving to Paris, Biggs moving to Paris. And then all these whole things of like, this happened, all these serious events. And it's like, Biggs moving to Paris. Hey. The cat has.
I saw her dart across.
There she is.
I see a tail.
I am so nervous right now. She's about to bite me.
You're like sitting prey.
That's okay. Wouldn't be the first time, would it?
Mama, look at her. Leave me and my boa alone.
Aw, told you she was gonna hunt it.
I know.
I started talking to the cat, and now my cat's like scratching at the door to be let
at the door.
Like,
behave.
Yeah.
All the kitties.
For real.
This is a cat-friendly podcast, by the way, because
it has to
we just have cats.
Yeah.
We got cats everywhere.
I got 3 of them. They're bad.
Oh, I want more. I just can't.
No, for real.
Here, scoot, baby. Here she is.
Aw.
Hi, Mama.
Aw, little tabby. I love cats.
Sweet baby. But, yeah. She
freaks the fuck out a little bit.
I want to kill him. Carrie wants to kill Mr. Big.
And you know, she might have, if her chemistry is different, she already punched him. She already smacks him around.
We were just talking about that.
I don't think I could forget. I mean, I know he's much bigger than her, but you're not gonna fucking punch me in the eye in my house. Like, get out of there.
On purpose. She like jumped out of the fucking like. She was,
yeah, it's like,
oh my god, like, bitch.
Oh, I know.
I still can't get over that. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Charlotte tries to offer some solutions, though. She's like, you can make it work. You can go visit him, and he can come back here for a visit. And it's like, it's not about that. It's the fact that she wasn't a factor in his decision process. And she's like,
you can take her or leave her. Yeah.
That's what she's really. That's really what she's upset about. Because let's be real, the whole moving thing is like, well, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going. Maybe. Sorry.
And we got Samantha. She's like, men do this all the time. Women go around thinking we, and their version of we is me and my dick.
You know, Samantha really has a way with words, because
I love
2
her.
episodes ago we just talked about we talked about the whole I love you thing, and she says one of my favorite lines, like, tell a man I hate you, you'll have the best sex of your life. Tell a man I love you, you'll probably never see him again. And still true to this day. My goodness, do they run if feelings get involved sometimes. But and then this is true. It's like men a lot of the times like don't factor you into their lives. They're just like, hey, my dick swung that way and that's where I'm going.
Like a pendulum.
It is like a fucking pendulum for them. I've seen it happen.
Oh my god. And then, oh my god, Carrie's getting louder too as she's like starting to like she's getting rushed up. She's pissed. She's like, just tell me what's going on. Is that too much to ask? Carrie, I'm thinking about going to Paris for the rest of my life.
She's so dramatic there. Oh my god. I'm like, calm the fuck down.
Yeah. And then she said, I can't believe this is happening to me again. And she slams her fist on the table. Like, and even Miranda's like, okay, you're not gonna break stuff too. Like, you need to stop, dude.
Yeah, she's already breaking her own heart. Like, it's fine.
Yeah. Time and place. Like, let's go to a rage room. You know.
Yeah. I want to go to a rage room.
Me too. I have 28 years of pent up anger.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I need to take it out on some toasters.
Yeah.
I would think a big ass TV or a car door or window. I want to bust a big thing of glass.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good one. A TV. I want like a big ass TV. Yeah.
With a bat or a sledgehammer? I'd pick a sledgehammer.
I want a bat.
Control.
Yep.
I want an axe, actually.
Ooh, nice choice.
Yeah.
I want like ballistic torsos then.
I want to see how the blood would gush out specifically. What if you stab him right here in the neck? I want the real squirting and all that shit.
That's because I love horror, right?
I don't know.
Not that I'm murderous.
No, maybe you should take an axe and like cut him in half like Terrifier. That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
That's just gonna turn me on. That's gonna get out no rage.
They're all mixed together, so I hear. So
that's true.
Emotions.
That's true.
Yeah.
Exactly. Man. But yeah, at the end of this, Carrie's just like, why do I keep doing this to myself? I must be a masochist or something.
That's funny how that they throw that in, this being like the kink episode. Yeah. You know, it's true. At some point, well, we talk about this in the last scene, but like at some point you're like, do I just fucking like to get hurt?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, do I enjoy this pain after a point?
Yeah.
And you are a little bit of a masochist. You keep doing it. Keep going for it.
She said, like, she realized she's in an S&M relationship with Mr. Big.
Yeah.
And so she gets home and starts writing on her laptop, and she's thinking, you know, in love, relationships, there is a fine line between pleasure and pain. In fact, it's a common belief that a relationship without pain is a relationship not worth having. Which, what do you think?
I mean, I feel like it's pain is inevitable in any kind of like bond or relationship. No one's gonna never come out of it unscathed.
Yeah. And it makes me think, like, you know, those couples that like don't fight.
I used to be in a relationship like that. I was in a relationship like that. Too.
Yeah.
I was in a relationship like that.
You need to have a little bit of conflict. Okay, what happened?
So, this guy's sober, no problems. When he was using, that's where all the problems were. But when he wasn't, we didn't fight. We didn't have like arguments. We didn't yell. We didn't scream. We didn't we were very like just kind of, huh?
You bicker?
Sometimes, but it was just very like, I'm like, dude, I was like, take the cat litter out, and he'd be like, all right. Like it was like, it was never like hostile or anything
What would
crazy.
change when he was on the gear? What changed?
Everything. It was miserable, like. So, but yeah, it was one of those like where we rarely fought. It was really interesting. So, but I'm also naturally not someone who likes to fight either. So I feel like my temperament definitely like gears the relationship if possible.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
usually the calm and rational one myself, and they go off
me too.
on a handle and shit. And it's like,
I'm
okay.
usually
Me too.
And they're like, "You're so fucking calm," and that's when they do extra shit to get you hype, and it's like, I'm not gonna do that, and that makes it even crazier.
Maybe that's what it is. Because I'm like, I'm not here to fucking fight. I'm not here to argue. I don't got time for that. Like mentally, like, come on now.
But I don't think the perfect relationship is never fighting, because I think that's unhealthy.
Oh,
in
yeah.
another way.
Yeah.
You gotta learn how to confront things together.
Yeah, because it's like you need to have
That's true.
small conflict to be able to practice for when things get real, If you don't
And
know,
shit is gonna get real for sure.
yeah, and it's like you don't have to like beat each other up to like be
course not.
considered fighting. I literally just mean like like bickering and things like that. Like if you're able to resolve conflict where you aren't seeing eye to eye at first, and then you are after you talk about it and communicate.
Yeah.
I think that's really healthy because when shit hits the fan and you don't know how to navigate with that person,
Either with them or against other people, because I've had fights where people get nasty and personal, and it's like, that has nothing to do with whatever we're talking about. You're just trying to hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
And then I've had fights where it's just like, okay, we actually talk about it and get over it. But
my dad always used to tell me, fight to resolve, don't fight to win.
That's a good way of kind of seeing
because there are some
things.
people that just want to be right and just want to fight you, and it's like, okay, you fucking win. I just don't wanna
That's
fight
so
with you anymore.
aggravating.
After a point,
It doesn't.
Yeah, because you're doing nothing. You're just doing nothing but wanting to gain. I don't know what's the word called, validation and whatever
have power
twisted
over
thing.
me or something, or just put me down just to make yourself feel better. It's like, I'm
not in the good way,
No,
no,
not in the nice, fun, consensual way where you tell me what to do. But
exactly. All the conflict should be in the bedroom.
No, seriously, it's interesting, the line between pleasure and pain within a relationship. It really is. And she even goes as far as to say, like, to some, pain implies growth, but how do we know when their growing pains stop and the actual pain begins?
That's a hard
getting
one.
Anything for it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a hard one.
I
feel like when it's more bad than good.
Yeah.
That's when it's over, and it's just
so like majority rules kind of thing.
Yeah. That to me, that's my thing.
I could see that.
Yeah. I feel
like we do a lot of bargaining though to like get that level of like fraction. I feel like especially if you're like insecure, you're like, but this, and you try and rack up your but this is, and like you realize like there is not much. Your fraction is actually shitty.
Then that's when you need to reevaluate, because it's like, I gotta respect myself. I love you, but I gotta get the fuck out of here. I'm not having a good time.
That's the hard part.
Like,
that is the hard part.
I always say personally, like, if you find yourself repeating the same thing over and over and over again,
that's a good one too.
When you catch yourself doing that, that should be your sign.
Make new mistakes, not the same fucking ones, because it's a pattern after a while. Like,
it really
obviously you keep treating me like shit, and I keep staying, so you're learning that I'm gonna stay through this, and that's not the right.
That's the thing too. I try and tell like my friends and women that I was like, that what you are doing to this guy is showing him how much you're willing to take.
Yep.
And he's going to push that time and time and time again till you are like an nth of who you are.
Yeah, a shell.
A shell.
A shell.
Yeah.
I've been there. Shit.
Me too. That's how
many
I learned.
a time.
Like, you know what? Fuck
yeah. Many a time.
Yeah.
And it just, begs to ask, like, are we masochists or optimists if we continue to walk the fine line of pleasure and pain?
Ooh,
Maybe a
that's
little bit of both. A little bit of
a little
both.
bit of both.
A little bit of
I've
pain
said
makes you
that.
know you're alive.
I've said that like
Elizabeth Spice.
recently.
Don't
I feel
fight.
like recently I said something like, I'm like, when was the last time my heart got broken? I was like, maybe I'm due for that.
Girl,
Don't do that to me.
like a fingernail or something.
Don't do me like that. But no, I was kidding, kind of.
That's okay. But
Hey, you
yeah,
gotta do you.
when
I
it comes
know.
to relationships, how do you know when enough is enough? That is the question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
When you can't negotiate with yourself anymore is probably the answer to that. Like I just can't.
Yeah, because I think in our heart of hearts, like I think we do get this kind of like intrinsic guttural, like what's it called?
Something
Like,
is wrong. Like your intuition.
oh
Like
yeah,
yes, your intuition.
I saw online this group of women talking about when your body rejects them.
Oh, that does happen too. You do start to
Yeah.
kind of realize that. I
That was what
have
happened to
definitely noticed
Carrie.
that.
Has that ever happened to y'all? Like,
Yes.
yeah,
Just
it's
like I can't.
crazy, and I feel so stupid for not realizing at the time. Like it wasn't until I
Yeah.
learned about this from these other women that I realized, oh,
That you had a
that's
name for it, and you're like, that's what that was.
yeah. It gave me language to describe what I was feeling, which was really helpful.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. The key is identifying the issue. Then you're like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah. You need some self-awareness. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
Oh,
Too
no.
self-aware. I know, it's gross. It's like
I know.
emoting all over the place. Like, webbing my fingers.
And like when your frontal lobe develops, you're like,
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that was terrible.
That was a
not-
rough realization. After like 26 for me, I was like, ooh. I was like, this is rough.
yeah.
What did I do here?
It's like Jesus, take the wheel. Like,
Yeah.
but oh my god. Okay. So next scene, we have Miranda on her first date with Jack. She has such good chemistry with this guy. It's honestly on fire, and I love it. She says, they say like in her biography of her life, this was the best date she ever went on. The best first date that she ever went on. So they're walking around in New York City, and he takes her to a landmark. You see like the plaque in the front of the area. And it turns out that it was the house that Mark Twain lived in around the time that he wrote Huckleberry Finn. How cool is that? Especially for somebody who's like super literary like Miranda, like that's
a good
cool.
point.
Yeah.
That's cute. She'd be into that. It's thoughtful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he sneaks her into this little walkway where they're like not super exposed, and he starts making out with her. And he my favorite thing in the world, like the panty dropper, he pushes her up against the wall and makes out with her. Like, I'm just like,
I recently just did that, but like I was like,
yeah,
I did one of those and it worked.
Oh, wow.
I love that.
Mama.
Oh my god.
No regard.
This is the second time she's done this.
Don't you feel like she acts out when I'm around? Like, you think that's what it is?
Yeah.
She knows I'm here.
She does, but there's a shit ton of feathers everywhere, and that's what's geeking her out right now.
Oh my god.
Little weirdo.
Yeah, no. This dude pushes Miranda up against the wall consensually, and they start to have sex in public.
Hell yeah.
Because they didn't show it. I figured it would be up
like
against
in the
the
alley.
wall.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like a little alleyway, and they're like fucking doing it. And she even says like, "No, we're gonna get caught." And he's like, "I know."
I know.
Yeah.
Like, all right. He's a freak.
That's the kink. That's the allure.
Is somebody gonna match his freak? Like,
that's funny.
Oh my god. And then
I mean, who hasn't done it in public a couple times?
Once or twice.
Once or
I've
twice.
done it a couple of times. I just recently had that conversation with someone, and I was like, so parking lot of Olive Garden?
Classy.
Oh
It's
my God.
Not Red Lobster?
No one's there. It's a bigger parking lot. It didn't happen, but it was thrown out there.
What about BJ's? It's like right in the name.
I think my big thing is like cars, or that too.
Thank you, Tina. Thank you.
Love
Cars?
Love that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's more so, it's not so much public, it's cars. Or like public in the car.
You just want to make as much with the space as possible.
I think it's the Titanic. We made that connection because that was one of my first sexual awakenings was the hand.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I'm just like, I need to fog up a car right now.
Hotbox that bitch with your love making.
Yeah, because I don't smoke. That's my form of hotboxing.
It's fuck, man. Yeah. I'm with that.
Oh, love that.
Love that. Next scene we have Stanford and Carrie at Carrie's apartment, and Stanford admits the whole Rick 9 plus big tool for you situation to Carrie. He goes to her for advice too, and it's like, I don't know what to do because this guy wants to actually like meet in person. And honestly, the scene is so cute. So, Stanford and Carrie are at Carrie's apartment having Cosmos and smoking cigarettes in her living room. And I think it's adorable, personally.
I love that. Yeah, because that's like, welcome to girlhood, you know?
And he's just telling her about it. He's like, don't laugh. But of course she laughs. And he just, is like explaining to her that this guy
he's all insecure and he's like, what if he looks really good and I don't look good? And she's like, come on, like, you're gonna be fine. And he's like, okay, you're right. Yeah, people lie on the internet all the time. Even with proof, they still fucking lie. It's like,
yeah,
he can see you, right? Like,
The difference is now we have AI.
Oh, that too.
I hate seeing a cool picture, and then I'm like, is that fucking AI? Now I have to wonder about that. Yeah, I gotta count
the fingers on it and stuff. Like,
the people in the background look like demons and shit. Like, okay, yeah.
I know. I always try and make 8 cool AI pictures of me, but then I end up with like 7 fingers. It's like me it's like me holding a mic because I'm trying to do like weird comedy AI pictures, and it's like I have like 12 fingers.
Makes me
there's
think
like
there's
3 mics.
2 mouths.
Oh yeah, he's like shaking his hands away. I love that movie.
That was a good one. But Carrie just tells him, go live your life and have a naughty adventure. Be safe and happy. She's very supportive of it. And he's like, but what if he is like really hot? And she's like, are you Rick 9 plus?
I'm so getting your point.
I'm so getting your point right now.
True.
I love it.
Interesting.
But no, after Stanford leaves, honestly, he should have spent the night, and would have saved Carrie some trouble because she chooses
her
now,
shit.
in true Carrie fashion, chooses when she's plastered drunk to confront Mr. Big in the middle of the night. This has happened multiple times now.
That's so sad too, because you realize like she has to drink to break down that barrier.
Yeah, and tell him
honestly. Same.
I'm like,
same.
Honestly, haven't we all kind of been there? Like,
I am very true to like. It is truthfully truth serum for me because I recently just said that. I was like, "Ooh, you've never seen me drunk yet, have you?" And then I was like, "You're about to hear some things. You're about to learn some things about the way I feel about you."
Something when you get drunk, and I've known you for over 10 years.
You always hear something new. Is that what you said?
Learn something. It's not like necessarily always even like relating to me, but like I learn something whenever you get drunk, like because that's when your barrier comes down. Like
Look at me just being an educator of myself.
That's okay.
Oh, good. As I'm
But
drinking. I think that's why I drink on the podcast, because I'm like, you guys are about to get it all. I want to be as honest as possible with you guys.
Oh my god, for real. So is Carrie, dude. She's laying it on him. She's like, I think about you all the time. Correction. I think about us all the time.
Ugh.
And it's like,
trigger warning, cringe.
No, for real, because these are all like, a lot of the things that she's saying are valid, but the delivery is so bad, you just can't take her seriously. And that's the problem with getting plastered and to like admit your emotions.
Calling your boyfriend at 5 o'clock in the morning across the world. Yeah, maybe not the best time.
It loses integrity. You lose the integrity when you're having those conversations drunk.
He doesn't respect her anyway, but he really doesn't respect her interrupting his business. Like, bitch, are you serious? This couldn't have waited a couple hours? That's how I would feel if I was him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's just so crazy.
It's inconsiderate. It's inconsiderate.
It is.
And she's not even making sense after a point. She says, the quote is, it's never a good time. You're always sleeping, or you're ready, or you're going. You're fucking taxiing, you know? And then you're on a plane to Paris for a freaking year. Where you're a freaking old man. You should be thinking about somebody else. She tells him he's an old man, too, on top of everything. Granted, that is something they do a lot together. He calls her kid, and she makes fun of the fact that he's old, because he's like, I think he's in his like 8 years older than her, maybe. Like, I want to say between 5 and 10.
Well, we find out his like age group in the later seasons, and
she's 35. He's 40 to 44.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Yes,
just a little bit older. You're right.
So
like seven, 8-ish years.
That's
not a lot,
that's
but
not even that much.
A little
I
bit
wouldn't
more
even
mature.
consider that. Yeah, because I wouldn't consider that an age gap relationship. But I was just having this conversation with other comics, because we're like, oh, what defines a cougar? And someone's like, oh, she's like 8 years older than me. I'm like, that's not that much. That's not a cougar.
Is like 20 years. Yeah.
That's what I said. I said the same thing. I was like, we're talking like 15, 20 years your senior.
Like she has grown children with mortgages and shit.
I was like, she has at least one divorce, like, you know, like
at least one.
Or one kid, like, or both.
I was like, I was like, no freaking 30-something-year-old. That's not a cougar.
Nah.
The hell?
Unless she's
also a big cat, but no cougar, no saber-tooth tiger there. That's
my gosh. Oh, but yeah, and Carrie even goes so far as to say, like, you know, this is about basic human decency. It's about being a grown-up. It's about being a man. So she's like, at this point, throwing daggers at him, his character, as a man, his age. Like,
what's all the shit she never talks about to him?
Yeah, but also he's not feeding into it. He is actively trying to get off the phone without hanging. I would have hung up personally, but he's not hanging up. He's trying to de-escalate, and she's now actively trying to like pull a reaction out of him. I feel, you know, like she wants to fight, and he's not giving it to her. And it's really sad.
I'm a man, a tired man.
Yeah.
Like, get off the fucking phone with this bullshit. Are you serious? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I love Mr. Big, so I get it. Like, he's very clear to me.
I do too. I think we all have a love-hate relationship with him, you know, because it's like, it's hard to, because he's not essentially, it's hard because he's not essentially a villain, but it's like he is taking advantage of Carrie, but he is also kind of being like pretty direct with her the whole time.
He's very clear.
He never lies to her though.
Right. He's like,
are you dating other women? He's like, yeah. I wasn't supposed to.
He may be slightly vague, but he's still like, you know, you can pick up on what he's putting down. So
very clearly.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want you to meet my mom. I don't know. I don't want to do that. And then she fucking shows up at a...
Yeah. She constantly pushed the boundaries there, especially in season 1.
And then gets upset when showing up didn't work. Like, you're not, yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I love Carrie, but she,
I
you
know,
know,
like
she
blow
does a
off
lot.
this like cringe
I'm like,
air.
ooh, yeah. Oh man,
a lot of cringe.
It's too much. But
yeah, she's at capacity. Like, please, girl, bring it back. Please, a little bit. Just rein it in. You're crazy, showing a lot. Like, cover that shit up.
Take a nap.
And we say this all the time. We're like,
Relax.
Girly, what is she, like 30? How old is she now? 33,
34?
34?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
old enough to fucking know better.
Old enough to know better. That is exact. Because I was like, I try and say all the time, because I'm like, well, Carrie did it. I'm like, well, I'm 28, so I have some time to dick around like her, and
Carrie likes the drama, though. She just likes the drama.
Yeah.
That's why she gets bored with other people in certain other relationships that we haven't met yet. But yeah, just like,
we haven't even gone there.
She likes the drama. That's her thing. She's used to the fight and like proving herself or something.
And it's all because of her insecure attachment style. Like, that's the thing too, is like, it's her trauma, not dealing with herself. And we start to realize in the next couple episodes here, like, she actually isn't a fan of working on herself. No. So we'll see how that goes.
Even within this episode, you can see. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's keep it going.
Yeah.
Yep. With Miranda and Jack in a cab.
Woo! Talk about hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like, hike your leg up, girl. Let's do this thing.
For fucking real.
Get it up there. Put the partition up. Let's go.
Yeah, he tells her, pull off your panties so I can give you head.
Guys, I'm gonna have to leave.
I'll be right back.
I'm like, hold on.
Dude. Roadhead in a taxi.
I mean, they weren't gonna crash.
Yeah. Exactly.
I definitely made out in an Uber.
Sure, that's as far as I've gotten. Like, oh god, really? No roaming hands? No, nothing else? Tame.
I was fucked up. Let's be real. I don't remember. I cried in an Uber. I cried in an Uber because I got rejected. I was mad.
Oh no!
That night.
I'm pissed.
Sorry.
I was like, I have my own place. I have this. You've been building up sexual tension for so long, and you're gonna say no?
Oh wow! How dare
I was mad.
Yeah,
well, he never got any, so.
Well, good. He didn't deserve it. Fuck that guy. Or not. I mean, you know what I mean. Metaphor.
Yeah. Metaphorically.
Metaphorically.
Wasn't it like they say, you get hotter and his hairline recedes a little bit?
Them's the rules.
Them's the rules.
Them's the rules.
Okay.
But yeah, Miranda gets head in a taxi.
Good for her. Yeah. I like that she was loose this episode. Usually she has, I mean, he's still a weirdo. But like, she's usually the comic relief and not very sexy, but it seems like she's having a good time with him.
Yeah.
And like I said, this is one of the best looking dudes that she's gotten to hang out with in this show. Yeah.
I know, now that I'm like trying to think of hot guys she like hooks up with now.
I can only name like 3. There's this one. There is the optometrist.
Spoiler alert. The cop. The cop.
I was about to say the cop.
Yes,
yeah, he was handsome.
The sports doctor.
Robert?
Duh.
Yeah, of course. But also, I think Steve is cute myself. I love Steve. I know people hate his voice, and he's kind of yeah, he's like annoying and boyish, but I love Miranda.
No, you know what bothers me? The impression makes me. It's one of those, like, you know how people don't like the sound of chewing.
Mm-hmm.
Like how people get irate because of that. When I hear that bitch fucking do the Miranda, dude, I like.
It's important to me, Miranda. Do I not sing Miranda?
It's like fucking a cheese grater on my fucking head, dude. I'm just like, please.
No,
but like, I didn't even. I didn't even notice it.
Oh, really?
It was just the way Steve talked to me. Like, it didn't bother me. I wasn't like, oh, whatever. Like, he's from New York. Who fucking cares? But then when I hear that, I like want to fucking tear off my ear, dude.
Oh, wow.
I hate it. I hate that impression.
I have ups and downs with Steve, personally.
You have what?
I have ups and downs with him. Like, sometimes I'm like, okay. Other times I'm like,
jumping ahead. But they fucked his character up in the first movie. I'm still kind of
they really did.
because he would never do what he did. I was like, what the hell? That's not my Steve. My Steve calls her when the moon looks pretty, and he goes over later. That's my fucking Steve.
Yeah.
We were gonna do that. It was gonna be Mr. Big.
Yeah, we were talking about that. So yeah, we agree.
And it wouldn't have been such a not big deal if it had happened to Carrie. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Okay. Next scene, we have Charlotte with the shoe guy again.
You know why.
On her way home, she goes to the shoe store again because she noticed some new shoes in the window, and she tells him she just came in to look, like just looking,
just browsing, just looking,
and because mind you, this is the dude that gave her a pair of shoes half off, $200 off, no questions asked. I'd go back too. And he asks her if she was a dancer. He's looking at her feet and stuff.
Very well-formed feet, very high arch. Like, oh, that's a lot of commentary.
He's looking at her feet.
Yeah, lustfully and shit. Like, okay.
She
whatever you can do with those arches.
Yeah.
And
I
love feet, dude. I love feet. Love this shit. I love it. Hey,
no, I mean, I get it. Like, I've had my feet, like, my toes sucked before and all that, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna sin. If that happens, I'm going to sin. Like, I'm gonna sin. It feels so fucking good. Like,
specifically for me, it's them being held. Like, oh golly, man. If a guy holds my feet, I'm done. Fucking toast. I am butter.
Are you gonna get free shoes out of it at least, or no?
I wish I found a man who fucking. I wish I found this exact scenario that's happening right here, because I would be wearing so many fucking Manolo Blahniks, dude. So many
for free.
I'm a boot fan myself, but yeah, I get it.
Because this time around, he gives her the $500 pair of shoes for free in exchange for a foot rub.
Where can I find one?
Who
here works at a shoe store that has a foot fetish? Because I'm willing to go, and my feet are pretty.
No, for real. And then I also wanted to take a moment to mention that, while I love Sex and the City, I also love The Office, and I made a connection while watching the two. This actor who plays Buster, the shoe guy, his name is James. How do you say that? It's like Urbaniak. Yes.
Urbaniak? Or yeah.
That sounds right.
If you have watched The Office, he also plays Ralph, which is one of Dwight's best friends. And if you remember in the episode where we meet Ralph, I think that was the Dunder Mifflin picnic episode. When he says how he met Ralph, he says, we met in a shoe store. Mind you, Scranton is only a couple hours away from New York City. They go there often in the show. Like, even in the same day of a work day, they'll go to and from. And it's funny
to find a connection between The Office and Sex and the City.
Easter egg. Yeah.
I think so. I think the two universes are connected through this guy.
So Dwight wears women's shoes. That would be hilarious. And
we need to go on Reddit. We got to go on Reddit and see if this has already been theorized. But if not, I say you make a TikTok and we go viral.
Yeah, because like they met in a shoe store. He works in a shoe store. And honestly, Buster sounds like a fake ass name anyways. Why would a shoe fetish
to
give
protect
his
his
real
privacy?
name? Yeah.
Yes.
And so maybe it was Ralph when he was a younger man working at the
You
shoe
are
store.
on to something.
You know? And it's just I don't know. I don't know. Let's see what we can find. If anybody has any information on this, please let us know. I specifically really want to know if this is the connection between Sex and the City and The Office.
We're gonna write a letter. We're gonna write a letter.
Black woman in America, and I'm gonna write a letter.
Oh my God!
I'm writing a letter.
Watch out, everybody.
Dear Mr. HBO.
Oh
my gosh. But yeah, so that is my Easter egg. I've been looking forward to talking about that on here ever since I realized it.
It's a legit connection. It's a legit connection.
Yeah.
Man. But as we move on, we have Carrie, Miranda, and Charlotte walking down a New York street, which honestly sounds like so much fun. Like, imagine the things
I know.
Soon we will go to New York.
Got a couple years.
And they're all wearing sandals together and just like walking, looking super cute. And Carrie's talking about Mr. Big going to Paris, and she is in the
bargaining phase.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like,
if you were having to go through the stages of grief in your relationship,
that's probably a sign you need to back up.
That is probably a sign.
You're bargaining. Yeah, you were all about it. Yeah.
Put your shit on hospice, take some fucking pain meds, and go peacefully.
Yeah, go into that valley. Go into the light. It's over.
Shoot up some morphine and get over it.
Yeah, just let it go.
Terrible.
Hospice joke. Okay, guys, I'm sorry.
It's
I wasn't literally saying do opiates to get over a breakup, unless
I mean that could work. Enough time goes by. A couple bed sores to focus on, just
there you go.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh my gosh. But it's really funny too because Miranda starts talking about her public hookups. Her and this guy haven't been going out very long, but she lists quite a few places. They've been getting busy. And I love that for her.
That's the best time when a new relationship or start of something and you're just having sex all the time.
Oh yeah. Where you're like,
and everything is new and fresh and exciting.
Yeah. Again.
And it is because they're public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is wild. Oh my gosh. And it's funny too, they like did it at this one restaurant that Charlotte liked. She's like, ew, I
just ate there. That's so funny.
But Miranda's like, I'm kind of worried though, because I'm not sure if he is excited about me or the thrill of possibly getting caught,
Yeah.
So that's a fair question. It's like when you kind of like, because I feel like adding spiciness to your sex life that early on is like, I don't know, it's interesting, and it's like, I guess I can kind of see where she's coming from. It's like, well, are you really into this or are you into me? So, because she seems to really like this guy.
She does.
But I feel like if you have preferences or just requirements in your sex life, it doesn't matter who it's gonna sound bad. It doesn't matter who the person is, but it's like if you're comfortable.
Upset. Yeah. Like he found a helpmate in his fetish. He can't. I mean, otherwise he'd just be a weirdo masturbating in public.
And that's
not sexy.
But what's so wrong with that? Like, so at the end of the day, what's so wrong with that? Like, why not just have sex with someone?
What?
You know what I mean? Like, we're not looking. What if you don't always have to be looking?
That's what I thought.
I thought you were saying, like, what's wrong with just masturbating? I'm like, a lot is wrong with that. I don't want some weirdo fucking masturbating. Have sex with somebody. Get laid, asshole. Yeah.
Meaning, you don't. You could just have a fuck buddy.
Fuck, like, oh god, that's gross.
You could just have a fuck buddy. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to say.
Oh,
It doesn't have to be a
Oh.
relationship.
Right.
Like, why not just go have fun public sex and have it be that?
Well, you gotta find somebody who's on the same page.
And yeah, Miranda is
saying.
down. Yeah.
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 We could put one of those ads out like we saw in that one episode.
I'm into golden showers and going to the theater.
I loved her.
Miranda, let's go to theater.
Stop it.
You were like trying to go to sleep tonight and hear that voice. Like, wake up.
I'm sorry. I didn't know. Now I do though.
No, it's just, it's just like, I don't know. I think it's like when the girl makes those TikToks, it's also like, I hate when people make certain faces. I'm one of those people where I'm like, don't make that face. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, you say that.
You know, I know. I'm like, don't do. I'm like, it's
like John Mayer
like,
when he sings like that kind of face, because that shit horrifies me. Have you ever
I've
seen
never
John
seen
Mayer?
John Mayer sing.
No, Google it after this thing. Watch.
Okay.
It's horrifying. It's like, oh my god, such a beautiful sound. Like, don't make that fucking face at all.
But that's what, obviously, that's what gets out that sound, you know?
He's like, it looks like he's having a problem. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. Like,
oh.
I had pearls,
So
I'd be clutching them.
Taylor Swift was safe to diss him then, so, right?
Yeah, he's a whore, admittedly.
Man.
He's probably too old for her at that point.
He was.
Yeah, that's what everyone was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
So what's the goals when you guys get famous? Are you guys gonna date like ridiculously young men?
Oh, we're getting famous?
Yeah,
Like,
we're
I
getting
already
famous.
am. No, I'm just kidding. No, my husband
I mean,
No.
like a year young, almost a year younger than me. We actually overlap as the same age for like just like
For a little bit.
3 weeks out of the year. But I
Yeah.
like to joke that I'm a cougar because of it.
uh,
I never dated somebody who was younger than me before.
that's a whole 11 months of experience that you have on him, though.
Exactly.
You could teach him things. Like,
Exactly.
hey, I'm an older woman. It's okay. It's okay.
And like when
I've
you
never-
get my references, I'm just like, it's a generational difference.
You've never dated somebody younger?
I've only slept with someone younger. I've slept with people younger than me. I've never dated anyone younger than me.
Good.
Never dated anyone younger, just slept with them. But so funny enough, all the women on my mom's side of the family specifically marry younger men. A lot, I mean, all of them. And
like,
so
significantly younger too. Like, right?
yeah, like 10 plus 10, 15 plus years.
Exactly.
So everyone
Good for
likes to
them.
fucking poke. No, everyone starts to like poke fun, and they're like, "Oh, Bella, your soulmate's not here yet because he's in high school." And I'm like, "You guys,
No, I literally told you,
Stop it.
Give him some time. He's learning how to multiply his numbers right now.
Oh, wow. He must be dumb. Dumb.
this isn't funny. This isn't funny because I don't. It's not that I have anything against younger men. I don't want to date someone younger than. I don't know. I just it doesn't click in my brain. I'm just like,
No, I was the same way. Or, like, yeah.
I mean, I've heard from about 15 to like 62 men aren't shit anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
You said 15 to 62?
That's what I
that's a
heard.
fair number. That's a fair range.
That's what I heard. That I made it up right now.
Honestly,
But yeah, like from what
I feel
I've
like
heard,
statistically,
they're
I
like,
agree.
no, I don't want to settle down yet. No, want to hit Medicare age, then we'll see what's out there. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
And then they want the 22-year-old.
That was like in that right age range to like.
Do you
date
know
anyone.
in the past couple months I was seeing some TikToks and it was younger women, younger than us, talking about they're like, "Oh my god, I can't believe this guy's older than me and he still doesn't want a relationship." And these were bitches, not bitch, women, whatever. They were
You
like,
don't know their name individually. They're bitches. It's fine. Yeah.
22, 23. They were talking about older men. And I'm over here thinking they're talking about like 35-year-old guys. Like, and I'm like, okay, no. They were like, this guy's 27 and he doesn't want to settle down. I'm like, sweetheart, I am girly pop.
They got like 10, 15 years maybe before they want to do that.
I was like, what are you
Unless
doing?
they have an accident. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm in the dating range now where the men I date are like 30, 35. I'm like, none of them want it. None of them. I'm like, what are you're over here crying at 25, 27-year-old guys? Girl, it gets worse. Yeah. What do you mean? It was crazy. It was crazy hearing that. And I'm all like, why do you want to settle down at 22 also?
Honestly.
Girly, no.
That's how they were raised. Some people, their whole life is to build a family. Yeah.
I was too at first, so like, I mean, I still struggle with the idea. I still intrinsically get upset. Like, I have this weird like biological ticky thing, and I get mad. I really do. And so I just talked about it today. I'm just like, my body craves children. Like, and I literally can't turn it off. Like, it's been getting worse the older I get.
Toddlers and your ovaries just throb and you're like, oh, God.
It's so bad. So I have a godson. I have a godson. He's about to be like 5 months old, and I'm just like, and I take care of him, and I'm just like, I'm just like, I want, like, it's like my body literally craves it. How did I explain it today? It's like, it was, how did I explain it as? I said, it's like radio frequency that only keeps getting louder.
Yeah.
Like it never shuts off. It doesn't go away. It's only starting to get louder the older that I get. So,
jeez. Well, better get on that then.
Yeah.
Girl,
I just started my comedy career. If I didn't start comedy, I would be like, but then life changes. So
bring them fucking with you. You gotta have a babysitter. Dad's right there.
Stage?
No, just have him in the back somewhere. Make it work. Yeah.
The bartender?
Yeah.
I'll do
just have a little carrier. A little nip of whiskey and some milk. And be fine. The baby will be calm.
No, all you guys are gonna be taking turns holding them. Then I'm gonna make all you suckers.
I love babies. I'm down. I'm like, oh my God, look at you, your little godbaby with your little boots. Oh my God.
My baby would be wearing little docks.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm gonna make all you guys take turns with them. Then, if that's what happens, if that ends up happening, you guys are taking care of them while I'm doing my 4-minute set.
I'm gonna do a little, put the little leashes on them so I could just tug them back whenever they get too far away.
I
stand for those.
Where are you crawling?
I loved mine as a kid. Like, I think those are good.
They wander. They do. My nieces, I look up to them.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. I used to play with mine. Like, my mom would have me on the thing, and I would like lean forward, letting it hold. Sorry.
Unlocked a core memory. That's good.
Yeah, it really was. I think it was yellow. It was cool.
Yeah, but yeah, be a great mom. Got the taters all out. You girls, did you do your stretches? Like, oh my God, my shirt. Outfit. Oh, see? Yeah, Tina. Just like we practiced. Oh, look at that. Girls, I can see children with this.
Look at all these fucking feathers, dude.
Yeah, you're trying to build a nest. See, all the signs are there.
Oh, Jesus.
Eggs. Your ovaries are going off soon.
Always.
It's falling.
Always.
Oh,
God.
Man. So back to the episode.
Sorry. Oh, way out tangent, my bad.
I love when we do that, though. I really do.
So Carrie and Miranda catch Charlotte. They're like, "Where did you get those shoes?" Like, and how much were they? They ask, and she's like, "Free." They're like, "How?"
And where is he?
They pick up on it.
And
they're
where
like,
is he?
Yeah, like, where is he? And she's just like, I kind of like let him hold my feet just a little bit.
Whore.
As soon as you say that shit out loud, you can hear it.
Whore.
Whore. Yeah, that's how I was.
Scarlet A. Oh my god.
You sinners.
No, for real.
I get it.
I get it.
So, like, she goes to return the shoes. right? And he's just like, I can't take them back. They've already been worn. And she's like, well, I'm not going to take them back. He's like, then I'll throw them away. And she's like, no, 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 no. He said, $500 shoes. You know, he's like, I will throw them in the trash. She's like, absolutely not. And I don't understand why she didn't just leave then and just be like, okay, never mind, bye. But he's like, I have 6 new styles of shoes and I need to see them on a foot.
She couldn't say no to her shoe fetish. She was like, ooh, they're gonna look good.
And yeah. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah. So she's like, all I have to do is try them on. And he's like, yes. And girl, the heat is heating up in this scene. He is
in the shoe store.
Yeah, I don't know if it's heat. It's just like
the temperature is rising. And with every shoe that she puts on, he's getting like the tension is
more and more excited. Like, oh my
pressure.
God. Should I be watching this? It seems
it's like a pressure cooker.
It is. Yeah. He nuts.
I'm pretty sure he does, or gets very close. He's like,
he does. No, he literally like builds and then releases. Like that's coming. Yeah, that's coming.
Side afterwards.
And Charlotte was just like, I don't know what to do with myself. Fuck.
I'd be all damn right.
Didn't even touch him.
Exactly. That's how actually I expect men to come off of my appearance alone.
Off of looking at your feet.
And me. I'm a Leo. It happens.
I get it.
Can be a little cocky sometimes.
I love it.
Nothing wrong with that if you could back it up. That's how I feel. But I'm a Capricorn. I agree with that.
There we go.
Yeah. Well, that scene was fun. Don't let me do the scene. So, Carrie goes to Mr. Big's apartment. He just got back from Paris, and she even says, like, his flight arrived at 9. I was at his apartment at 10.
Stage 5 fucking clinger, bro. Like, can I have a minute to breathe? I can see you tomorrow.
Give the man a second to acclimate back to fucking the time zone, too. Shit.
I was there at 9:18, ready to greet him. Like, okay, relax.
Because as far as we know, they haven't talked since the...
Yeah, I don't think she's gotten a phone call or anything. So
at least they haven't shown us that. So she arrives in a beret and with McDonald's.
Hell yeah!
Because of course, yeah.
Yeah, and he's just like, well, what is all of this? I like what she says. She's like, it's an apology for being le bitch.
Le bitch.
I'm like, I feel that. I've definitely done that a time or two.
Yeah.
And she starts pleading with him. You know, she suggests phone sex. She even suggests potentially moving to Paris. That's a lot, especially considering the fact that her livelihood is writing
based in New York.
In New York City.
Yeah, it's a New York sex column, basically.
She clings on to this guy. He can cover the cost of things, you know, but
yeah,
that's a risky position for a woman to get into. For anyone to get into, really.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, Mr. Big is like, that's great, but you would be moving for you, right? Because I don't want you to uproot your life and expect anything.
He could have phrased it better, but yeah, he's very clear. I'll give him credit.
That was so direct. Like, how can you not see where you're standing with this guy after that?
Yep, that makes it crystal clear.
That's crystal, dude.
She throws the McDonald's and she gets all dramatic, like, you don't give a fuck about me. Damn.
Big Mac at the TV. It's all over the goddamn TV.
And she's mad at him for wearing the beret. Like, you take out the beret. Yeah.
Oh my God. That shit cracks me up. I'm sorry. Like when because she throws it and it like gets all over his little television.
It splatters, dude. Splatters like fucking.
Like, what the fuck, man? Where is this coming from?
He said, "What the fuck?"
And she
He literally just got home from Paris, and now there's Big Mac all over his TV.
Filet o fish too. Like, okay,
Filet o fish.
Yeah.
How funny is it? I made these notes, and I was just all like, Big Mac. I just got that stupid connection in my head. I was all like, oh, that's kind of cute. Let me meet Dub.
Fucking love that scene. And he's just like, what the fuck? Like, the only time he ever curses at her is when she gets violent.
Well, yeah.
Like, cause this is like the second or third time she's gotten violent.
Yeah.
Like, I'm worried about him. But he asks Carrie to calm down, and he just says like, I have to be in a relationship where if I have to go to Paris, I have to go to Paris. Like, it's
But he wasn't treating her like a partner, though. He was just kind of treating her more like an inconvenience. Like, I'll deal with it when I have to, instead of actually factoring her into anything, any decisions. Because he was going to go anyway, but she just wanted to be a part of it. And he's like, nah, I don't want to deal with that.
Because he says right here, he said, I have to be in a relationship where if I have to move to Paris, I have to move to Paris. And that's fine, Big, that's fine. But did you ever tell her that? Like, did you ever give her the preference of like, hey, this is our relationship. This is a possibility that I could be moving for business. And again, this is why she's so upset, because she's like, it's not so much that you're moving. It's that you didn't even factor or communicate this shit with me, you know? And he just thought she would be complacent with him.
So, I mean,
no, they're not. They're in a relationship. This is the thing, though.
They said, I love you.
They are in a committed relationship, and that's what makes this kind of fucked up, is because they have discussed like exclusivity. They're in a relationship right now. Like, they are boyfriend and girlfriend, so you need to have the respect and touch.
And then they were broken up for a while, and then they got back together, so I could see why he wouldn't maybe treat it as seriously either. And she's not his usual type. She knows that, or he doesn't want to marry her. That's clear.
But they're essentially supposed to be on the same page with this relationship, and this is what makes it fucked up.
Library, of
course not. Of course not. But when a man agrees to an exclusive relationship, he needs to have some responsibility too. 100%.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
I know. I feel bad for her, because it's just like, damn, you're disposable to him, and now you're aware of that. You're very, very clearly aware of that. So
it's all
gotta choose yourself. Yeah. Big Mac hit the wall. The emotional realization.
The Big Mac.
Down the wall. Talk about me, the beret, our relationship. Nothing. I'm just gonna throw this shit on the wall.
The Big Mac hit the fan, is what happened.
You're stupid. I love it. The Big Mac really hit the fan. Le filet of fish.
Le filet of fish hit the fan.
Fish. Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, for real. And there's this one part of this scene that I really like the symbolism of. They're standing on either side of the kitchen island, and he's just like, this is about work, and she's like, no, this is about us getting close together, and you are getting so freaked out, you're gonna have to put an entire ocean between us. As they stand on either sides of the kitchen island, which I thought was
cool. That's good symbolism.
And she says this line that, like, Carrie doesn't always like get me with everything, but this part she really like tugged at my heart. It was, why is it so hard for you to factor me into your life in any real way?
And her voice is cracking, and it's like, oh, shit. I'm sorry.
Felt that one. Like,
because he likes her, he loves her, but he wants to keep her right here instead of everywhere.
We all know he has her here, and she's trying to get here, and it's just,
he's like, it's not happening, because he's the boss in the relationship. He's the one who dictates.
Unfortunately.
How far it goes, it doesn't go. He's like,
right.
Nope.
So she says, maybe I can't do this anymore, and he just says, I understand.
That is what broke my heart.
Because he could take it or leave it. Okay.
It wasn't any. There was no
fight.
There was
No
apology.
pleading,
There
no
was
begging,
no fight.
no
There was
anything.
no I love you so much, but it just was, I understand. Bye.
Plain.
That
I don't
is
give a fuck about you.
cold.
Go.
It's so cold. It's so direct. I would have been, if I was Carrie, I would have been devastated by that statement.
Yeah. And then she says, "You said you loved me."
Oh.
He says, "I do."
I do. Dramatically.
Then why does it hurt so fucking much?
It hurts so fucking much. As she storms off.
Slams the
And then
door.
she walks crying in New York, like, I'm so mad at myself for putting myself out there. But how else do you have emotion like that? It's risky every time.
Yes, I agree. I've just been running into that myself, where I'm just kind of like, okay, you're giving yourself a shot again.
A lot. I like you so
It's
much.
like, and it's been so hard to be vulnerable and I'm like, okay, I'm vulnerable, and then the feelings come and you're like, oh god, shit. I'm like,
because it could go one of two ways, and you're just afraid of it going the way you don't want.
Yeah, and you're like, what? I just didn't. It's rare when you like, actually, for me at least, it's rare when you like someone. For me, like, genuinely. And I was like, oh, I have all these feelings that I haven't felt in a really long time. I'm like, what the fuck do I do with them? And that's been hard. Been hard.
That is rough.
Yeah, and then you don't know what to do with it, because it's like, I don't want to fuck it up like I have, other times with the same time. Like, I want to enjoy it because it's so good.
Right. You're like, I have trauma. I have this now. I'm trying to navigate being healthy. I'm trying to navigate boundaries. I'm trying to be better and better for myself.
And not pick it apart and make it fucking weird and obsessive and extra. And
right.
Like,
and so I'm like,
be.
yeah, and like I have to deal with, I'm like, okay, is this something that should be spoken about, or is this too soon, or is this like, how do I be healthy as well as like respect boundaries, and like vice versa? That it's all like foreign again,
It is. Well, they're a different person too. The feelings may be similar, but they're a totally different person. You don't know how they're going to respond. Too. Yeah.
And typically I psychoanalyze like everyone that comes into my life, and I've been trying to get away from that in my like relationships, because it can get pretty, that's not healthy to do either. So I kind of stopped doing that. But then now I'm like, I'm not trying to put logic to this, and I don't like it. Like, I'm like, what do you mean I can't just strategically plan this out in my head? So yeah, I've been letting emotions lead me, which has been nice, but been very raw. So
gross emotions. I'm happy. Ugh, disgusting.
Ugh, gross.
But when it's good, it's really good, and you have to take time to enjoy it as well. You know?
I'm just trying to have a good. I'm trying to have a good time. I'm trying to let myself live. I'm trying to be like a young woman, living and learning and experiencing life with people, and that's that. So,
and trying to ignore your ovaries from wanting to reproduce like tomorrow.
Shit, you're telling me. You are telling me.
Oh, seriously.
Maybe is the bow still on you? Maybe it's making you hot.
Yep, it's still on me.
Yeah.
I thought Mama.
I'm leaving it on just in case. I'm just kidding.
Man, oh, I love this next scene. We have Stanford, and he goes to meet Big Tool for You.
Yeah.
He goes to meet him at a bar where you take off your clothes at the entrance, and everybody is only wearing underwear. So it like completely encapsulates his fetish.
Love that.
Cool,
It does, but he's also like, I don't know, I haven't been in front of naked men for like 30 years, so...
He was like a kid in the locker room,
He did have cute little underwear, though.
He does.
Yeah.
He does.
The bouncer's like, you in or out? Because he's like unsure if he's even gonna go in.
Yeah.
To go in, you have to take off your clothes.
You have to just be in underwear.
Yeah, like that's part of it. So he does. He's like, it would be rude to stand up Big Tool for You.
Of course.
It would.
He's Rick 9
have
plus.
some
He means that
manners.
shit.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Have some manners.
So he goes inside the bar and starts kind of like, he has his like drink with him and he's just kind of like looking around. And this guy comes up to him and starts flirting with him. And he's cute.
A cute, muscular guy. I was like,
My
okay.
seal of approval. I thought he was cute as hell. And he buys him a drink. And he even compliments his underwear. I think Stanford's like, they're Italian or something.
Yeah.
They're French.
French. That's
goes with the theme.
You're so right.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I got them in Paris. And he was like, nice.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Love that.
And
Big
he's like,
fan.
big tool for you. And he's like,
He's
what?
like, excuse me?
What?
Yeah. And he's like,
Another beer?
drink? Yeah.
Another beer for you.
And he's like, I got it. And then busts out his wad. Like,
Bust out money he's got stuffed in his freaking briefs, dude.
Yeah, ball sweat money. The best kind. Yeah.
And I love it because Stanford gets a good win in this one. It
Yeah.
was cute and stuff, and I love it.
Yeah, it's really cute. I love how, and then Carrie narrates, and she said she calls it a brief encounter, and I just caught that for the first time taking the notes, and I was like, oh, that's so cute.
That's so funny.
Oh my god!
I know, I love puns. I love puns.
I do too. I love them so much. So next scene is really hard to watch.
I don't think it's that bad.
You don't think
Is it the breakup?
No.
Oh,
It's Miranda.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah, I feel bad for people.
We got Miranda and Jack. Jack is the guy that likes to have sex in public places.
Yeah.
And they're gonna finally fuck in his bedroom. Right?
She's like, it is me. I'm the attraction.
It is me. I am hot.
Super loud and just so nuts and
get it.
Like, when you have sex in public, you can't just like let it out. You have to like hold it in and stuff. And
debatable.
Debatable.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah. As he's like thrusting inside of her, we hear a voice from the other room, and it sounds very matronly. And
hello, Jack.
Jack.
Miranda's like,
Miranda's like, I hear someone. Are they coming in here?
Is someone here?
It sounds like they're coming in here.
his parents were visiting.
Oh,
that's why they kept having
man.
sex in different places.
Jeez.
And he nuts inside of her
Right when
as
they're watching.
they're watching.
But
And
that's
his dad
obviously
looks like
his
he's seen it
kink.
before. Like, ooh.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Even
obviously his kink,
parents.
though. Yeah.
Yeah, she can never be a serious girlfriend though. Like that's the first time you're meeting his parents is when he's coming inside you. Like that's terrible.
He's an exhibitionist through and through. Like that's
and he was shuddering, like staring directly at his parents.
right.
Yeah.
But I feel like that it could have been. I know. I feel like with that kink though, it could be anyone, and you know,
a maid or something. But your parents, come on, man.
I get it, but I feel like sex sometimes supersedes everything in the brain. It's very powerful. The chemicals we have with sex and our sexual desires are very powerful, and they can outweigh
His
a lot of irrational thought.
To that, but yeah, that's true.
Of course not. They also just busted in his room.
That's true.
As grown adults,
and you
don't do that.
You had to hear that.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah. I'm like, all right, I think he's doing his weird jack shit.
God,
like,
what if they're into it too?
Like, how hard is it?
I heard that fetishes are genetic, or kinks are genetic.
They are.
That's what I
Kinks
heard.
are
like,
genetic.
Don't tell me that shit, fuck.
Kinks and apparently cheating are genetic.
Shut
up.
up.
That explains a lot.
Shut up. So
There's
all those dudes that are like, my dad cheated, so I'm gonna cheat.
Yes,
there's
that doesn't make any sense.
Yes.
Okay.
It's an actual thing. It's unfortunately an actual thing.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Well, that's great to know.
So ask about their parents. Always.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. Fun facts for the night.
Not for real.
You're like, so that's why I like big dicks. My mom does.
Girl.
Not me though.
Like, trying to wonder which parent has the kink
I like
for
the ladies.
priests.
Huh? Oh,
It's like a running.
Wait, hold on. Which one has the foot fetish?
both of them.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I thought you like hands and feet. Is that true?
I do.
I like hands. Have you guys ever seen Banksy, the artist hands? He's the most perfect
Oh, I
hands.
haven't seen his
Look
hands.
him up.
Let me
They're
look him up.
nice.
I'm looking this up right now.
Right. I was like, wow, he wore this bracelet and it just looked beautiful.
I'll show you.
Wow.
I'll show you
He
a
has, like,
hot set of
artisan-
hands. I'll
That's
show
like,
you a hot
wow.
set of hands.
Thought-provoking art and hands like that. He's a winner.
Yeah.
I've never
All right,
been
let's
into
see.
hands or feet, but I do have a thing for hips. As weird as that sounds.
Okay.
Hips on men?
Anybody.
Anyone.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't like it. I know this is bad to say. People can't help their bodies, but when men are too curvy, I'm like, you're too voluptuous for me. Like, you can't protect me. Get the fuck out of here.
You too soft.
I'm like, I just want to just grab you and pull you toward my, like, I can't do this. It's all
I can't find a
topsy-turvy.
picture of this guy.
Well,
Or his
no,
hands, at least.
he's anonymous, but I watched some
he's like anonymous,
documentary.
yeah.
Yeah, but I saw he was building like some big artwork, and yeah, I
You
was like,
saw
wow.
it and you never forgot, huh?
I did, and I'm not even into that, but he had beautiful fucking hands.
Nice.
I'm gonna have to look it up. I have to find it eventually.
Yeah, we should. Good stuff.
So we have the last scene of this episode, and it very much like encapsulates the title, and I'm not gonna say it in French, the exquisite pain, which is the translation. Yeah, and mind you, this is one of my favorite things that looks that Carrie's had in the entire series. Her hair, her makeup, and her outfit, perfect. But yeah, it's like 1, 2 in the morning, and Mr. Big comes to Carrie's door at her apartment, and nobody says anything. She even says on the monologue, like, they had already said everything. So
yeah, there's no words left. We said them all.
Yeah. And
We're just gonna have that one last bone.
Yeah.
That's poetic.
Yeah.
But I gotta go. We can't be
Damn.
together, but I gotta go to Paris.
Damn.
Yeah. She says, after we made love, I knew it was over.
That's so sad.
That is so sad. I've never encountered that, and that sounds gut-wrenching.
Breakup
sex?
Yeah.
Really?
It's hard.
It is. Well, hopefully, right? But
you
yeah.
know,
I've never had this kind of breakup sex. Like,
you know what I've
last time knowingly right now. Like,
you know what I've noticed? The breakup sex I've had has been the best sex in that entire relationship.
It's emotionally tumultuous and just like you're getting out all your frustration, all your hate, all your love,
it's
all
like,
at once.
I'm like,
That's over.
It's the last time, so
gotta go out.
Let's work with what we got.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's like
you want to get hit
sometimes.
a little?
I'll slap the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Right
yeah, it's very interesting. One time, so I can remember in quotes, this is a direct quote. The last time the guy, my ex told me, he said, I feel like I was sleeping with someone else's girlfriend. That's what he told me after. I was like, what? And I was like, joke's on you, because I started seeing someone else already. I'm kidding. I wasn't. That was just a joke. But yeah, that's what he said. He was all like, who the fuck was...
For real?
No.
Okay, good.
No. But I was like, oh, I guess, like, maybe it was just what it was supposed to be for what it is, meh.
Yeah. Sometimes that's a secret sauce in those on and off relationships. Like the sex when you're breaking up is amazing, or when you're fighting. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely some good hate sex.
Yeah. I hate it, but yeah, it's the best. Tina.
I'm like, you're pondering over there.
Tina's like, we have like emotionally compatible, like nice, wholesome. I still like you at the end of it, like sex, and that's great. That's really great. I've had
that
some,
is true.
Unfortunately, very toxic and tumultuous relationships where the issue wasn't sex, it was everything else, but the sex was still really, really great.
That's usually the trade-off.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm so frustrated, but so relaxed at the same time.
I'm so frustrated, my skin is glowing.
Yeah. You wake up happy, you're like, I'm having a wonderful day. Oh.
You're like, I'm not even tired. I was up all night. Weird.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carrie asks a really interesting question. She says, did I ever really love big? Or was I addicted to the pain? The exquisite pain of wanting someone so unattainable. I've been there. That shit hurts.
He wasn't completely unattainable. She just wanted him to be what she wanted him to be, and he wouldn't.
Yeah.
She got him, but she wasn't satisfied with where she was with him.
Yeah.
So when he wakes up, she says, go to Paris. I don't want to come. Let's not pretend we're something we're not.
Yeah.
He was still trying to get back with her. He was like, come back to bed. Like, still trying to work it out. He was trying to dick her down into, just calm down. I'll be in Paris. We can still fuck around. And she's like, no. I've reached my pain threshold. I'm out. Like, I can't do this anymore.
I feel like that's the most kind of like level she's been this far. She was just kind of like, let's not fucking pretend. Like, she's now saying it out loud. Let's not fucking pretend on both parties. So
yeah.
He like walks out the apartment and we see him look up at her. She looks down at him
and she's like, I'm firm. Keep walking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a cigarette and everything.
They just kind of grin at each other and walks off.
And she's like, I untied myself from Mr. Babe.
Yeah. And there was nothing exquisite about it.
That is a real profound. As I was writing that note, I realized like you build yourself up and you eventually get to the point of being like, I'm putting my boundary and I'm done. And it never fucking feels good.
No.
It doesn't. It does not feel good. I mean, the way life is maybe afterwards feels good, but that within itself,
Nah, that's the love of her life. She wants to go to him. She wants to be with him. She's almost okay being like just kind of an option for him, but she realizes like, I don't want to be a fucking option. I'm worth more than that. Like, you don't consider me, you don't respect me, I gotta go. And
not like, even a little bit, so.
Yeah. Like, girl, he ain't thinking about you. He doesn't like you. Not like that. Yeah.
This is a big turning. It's a big turning point in the series in general. So we'll see how this kind of starts to progress.
In my memory of the show, when I look back on it before we got here, I thought that this was season 2's finale, but it's not.
It felt like it.
It does feel like
it feels like it.
This is the middle of the season. Oh shit! I didn't remember.
It's the middle of the season. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
But I'm glad Carrie found her voice.
Finale this episode.
We keep talking about it, like just her and I, and we're just like, we cannot get over the duality of the beginning of the episode, or the beginning of the season versus the end. We're just like, it's like heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking.
It is. So, but we will get there when we get there. For now, we have just finished. What number was this one again?
Season 2, episode 12.
I did great. I don't know about y'all, but I did.
Hell yeah, you did. Hell yeah, you did great. Honestly, no, we fucking flew. We flew through that. It's like perfect time. Hell yeah, like that was great. That was great.
I really liked this. Thank you for the invitation. I love. Sex in the City.
Thank you so much for coming on. I'm really glad we met, and I'm really glad we got to talk about this and everything. And Oh God, such a perfect addition to the broadcast because it's just having another super fan is like it's great having that kind of like like discourse, like you're like this is really cool, so but yeah, no, like thank you so much for coming on. This is it's a great episode. I'm really excited to post it. So
thanks. Hopefully I don't
excited.
make John Mayer faces in here, but look it up. It's horrifying. Yeah, for sure.
I know, we're definitely gonna have to look that up for sure. But yeah, so that was a great episode. That was a defining episode. I'm glad we talked about everything that we talked about. Yeah, it's kind of a heavy one. I feel like we get a lot of those like heavy, and then a lighthearted one. Like I feel like it's been a lot of heavy so far. So hopefully we'll break that up soon. What?
Yeah.
I just realized Samantha didn't have a storyline here.
She didn't.
She did not.
No,
She did not. We only saw her in the beginning.
Yeah. Miranda was pretty much the comic relief this episode.
She was,
yeah.
And she was having a lot of sex, which I was happy for, because Miranda's usually the stick in the mud that has terrible dates. And ugly guys, apparently. So.
And what was Charlotte doing again?
It was the whole foot fetish.
Fetish. That's right.
I'm like, what? It's the whole damn
He watched the guy
fetish.
come in his pants, trying on shoes.
In my head, I was like, what was her romantic thing? And I was like, no, it wasn't romantic. It was fetish. It was foot fetish. That's right.
Hey, she got free shoes out of that, dude. Come on.
Deeply discounted and free shoes.
Yeah, she got
a foot rub.
$700 worth of shoes for $200.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Sign me up.
Right here.
Yeah, I hope she kept that
right here.
And also, we want to hear if anybody else has ever caught on to that universe meetup.
Between the Office and Sex and the City. Oh, I know. It's so crazy. We love finding little weird Easter eggs and stuff. So
I got 2 more Easter eggs in the show that I will unleash once we get there.
Awesome. Oh, but yeah. So this was great. Thank you again so much, Asia, for joining us. This was awesome.
Course. Thank you, Bella. Thank you, Tina.
Yay. So we're super excited to post. Thank you guys again so much for watching and for all the support so far. So we hope you guys enjoy. And as always, we'll see you guys next week. So thank you so much for joining us.
Bye, G.
Bye, guys.